One, two, three countries were gone into the China side, even it has geographical proximity to India. Give yourself a pat on the back right now. God damn it! China got an influence among South Asian countries through the way of massive economic investments and connectivity projects. It led to the reduction of South Asian countries' dependence on India. India is now hungry like a tar pit to reach the country's dependency right on it into the high. But India woke up SAARC again as it was sleeping since 2014. We observe here the revival of SAARC can help India to counter the rising strategic influence of China in South Asia. See, as the China has expanded its global footprint through the investment and tariff concessions. The rising influence of China in countries such as Nepal, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka counters the traditional influence that India has enjoyed in the region. And this allows China to be more aggressive against India with regard to the border dispute. Look at how Nepal reduced its dependency on India has allowed Nepal to trigger a border tension with India. The cause of this reduction is that China has offered an attractive alternative for investments in connectivity, and China's inclusion of Nepal under its Belt and Road Initiative. In fact, even Bangladesh and Sri Lanka have opted to take part in China's Belt and Road Initiative, and China reciprocate by providing massive economic investments and tariff concessions. And there is needless to say about Pakistan because Pakistan has already become an integral part of the Belt and Road Initiative to the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. So, these developments in India's neighborhood had diluted India's influence in the region. The excessive influence of China in India's neighborhood to the failure of SAARC grouping to promote regional economic integration and connectivity. See, when the SAARC group was formed in 1985, its objective was to promote regional integration in trade and connectivity. Then what we need to promote regional integration in trade? It is a reduction of tariff barriers and non-tariff barriers. Then what we need to promote in regional integration in connectivity? It is connectivity in infrastructure. And under the SAARC, established a free trade agreement known as SAFTA, but it has failed to bring down tariff barriers such as duties and taxes, and it has failed to end up non-tariff barriers such as restrictions on connectivity and movement. The most important thing is all regional integration efforts under the SAARC were failed due to the continuous hostility between India and Pakistan and among other countries. For example, how India's relations with Nepal had been affected. That is, due to the civil war going on in that country. And similarly, ties between India and Pakistan have been affected due to the problem of illegal migration. And then, ties between India and Sri Lanka had been affected because of the dispute surrounding the rights and well-being of Tamils. Even though these disputes and disagreements between India, Nepal, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka have slowed down the progress at SAARC, this failure to promote regional economic integration in South Asia is the lack of political will and lack of trust among South Asian countries. And according to the World Bank, the intra-regional trade volume of South Asia accounts for just 5% of the total trade volume of South Asia. This shows that even though South Asian economies have strong trading and economic relations with other regions, there is hardly any intra-regional trade that is taking place due to the poor regional economic integration. So, India has to revive its leadership role in South Asia and take the lead to revive the SAARC grouping by promoting economic integration that can bring the South Asian countries closer. We have to expand our investment into the South Asian countries and reach at the point that China claims.